And Brothgar is back. He eventually got his channel back there a day or two ago. And yeah, just a quick note. While he was hacked, there was this Litecoin site up, and people got sick of these Litecoin scam site up being up, so they all unsubscribed and ran away, which is perfectly reasonable. But his site is back, so if you've unsubscribed from any Litecoin sites recently, it might be nice to go back and resubscribe to the guy. This is his livelihood, and it was, oh man, I mean, I can't imagine going through what he went through. Anyway, there's not a lot of information here in this update. I'm just pointing out that he's back, just in case you didn't see on any of the Reddit or the Clay forums that he's back. Apologies for the RimWorld filler in the background. I'm doing one of those videos now, and I don't have any oxygen not included filler I can stick in instead. A bit of a side note on this thing. I was just doing some research to see how these type of things happen, because I got a little bit worried myself. There's a great video by The Quartering who does some details on this. I'll link their video in the description. But if you're curious as to how these sort of things happen and what's going on, well, best I've seen, there was a warning on the dashboard, well, the YouTube dashboard for a while there, about watch out for phishing emails. So it seems to be a phishing or phishing scam. I don't know. Some people pronounce it phishing, some people pronounce it phishing. But effectively, they nick your username and password. Well, no, they don't nick your username and password. They take your entire session. They steal your login, the entire session, so it bypasses the two-factor authentication. So that thing where you log into a new PC and it goes, hey, you have to get a code off your phone, bypasses that entirely. And once they can get in on your account, the first thing to do is disable two-factor authentication. And some people complain, well, you should be able to disable two-factor authentication without using two-factor authentication. Well, technically, you're already logged in, and as well as that, you do need to be able to disable two-factor authentication without having it. I mean, if you lose your phone, that means you could never log into another PC ever again. So it's one of those tricky, chicken and egg problems. Once the scammers have gotten access to the account, what they do is they decouple the YouTube account from the rest of it. So you get to keep your Gmail and stuff, but the whole YouTube account goes, and the AdSense and all that stuff is just whisked away. And then what they do is they just resell it. They resell it on a third-party website. The one I saw on The Quartering, I think it was some on the site I was looking at, it was some sort of Russian site where they were selling it for rubles, and they sell it for an embarrassingly weak amount of money, maybe a few €100 or maybe €700 for a decent-sized channel. It's really, it's depressing how little they sell it for, considering it's people's livelihoods they're selling. And then it's bought up usually by a third party. In this case, it was Litecoin for Brothgar's, but this has nothing to do with Litecoin or the people involved with Litecoin, it seems. All it is just some scammer, and all they want is visibility. So they buy an account with a bunch of subscribers, they throw up this video, say, give me coins, I'll give you coins, blah, blah, blah. And it's just a way of getting their scam in front of people. That's all it is. Then if people, they must be making enough money out of this to recoup how much it cost them to buy the account. So that's also horribly depressing. To get your account back, I found a ticket on one of the YouTube sites about someone who did get their account back. And to get their account back, they had to go through quite a few hoops, because it seems they can't just give you your account back. I can imagine they can't just go, well, how many people in YouTube would you like to have the power to just take a channel and give it to someone else? As you can imagine, that kind of power is very, very tightly restricted. I'm a network engineer by trade, so yes, you restrict everything. You don't want anyone having access to everything. You don't want everyone having access to everything. You have to limit people's powers. So in this instance, you don't really get your account back, from what I could tell. What they did here was you make another account, and then what they do is they copy the old account over. So it's sort of like a copy-paste session. Well, that's what it seemed to be according to the ticket. They had to create a new blank account, and then the old account got copied across. However, any subscribers you lost during the time where your account was taken over by some other site, yeah, they're all gone. But you can, it seems, get your videos back. I've seen unconfirmed reports that they keep a backup of your videos for the last month. So even if someone does delete your videos, so long as you get your account back within 30 days, you'll be fine. Though I've seen some where it took some people 26 days or so to get their account back. Some people it took 30. So it can be quite nerve-wracking. I know it is a very attractive feeling to just be angry at YouTube for how long it takes them to fix these things. But to play devil's advocate here, how many people in YouTube do you want to have the power to be able to take a YouTube account off someone and just give it to someone else? The amount of people with that power should be pretty limited, but if you limit it, then it's going to be much harder. Well, it's going to take longer to get them to act. And as well as that, if they do it wrong once, if they do a ticket wrong just one time and get an account that belongs to someone and is their entire livelihood, to take it away from them and give it to the wrong person, or do just one single mess up, can you imagine the backlash? So they have to be really careful that they don't make one single mistake, or they are in so much trouble. On the other hand, you know, I think Brothgar was out of action for 19, 20 days. That's I mean, it doesn't take you too long, even if you'd never heard of a site before, to figure out what was going on. So, I don't know. Something does need to change. What exactly that is, I don't know, but they should at least be throwing more personnel at this problem. It just seems the amount of money the channels affected would generate would easily pay for one person to I don't know. You know what? I'll ramble if I keep going on about this. The important point here is Brothgar's back, and if you've unsubscribed from his channel recently, just don't forget to go back and resubscribe. To answer a few questions, yes, I do use two-factor authentication. Yes, I do have a backup of all my videos for about the last year on an external hard drive. Barring that, though, even if I did lose my entire site, I would still be in a huge amount of trouble. Imagine trying to upload an entire year's worth of videos. Never mind, you've lost all the comments, the views, the descriptions, all that stuff is just gone. It would be crippling. I can't imagine trying to upload all that stuff and do it again. But anyway, the important bit, Brothgar's back. Hope you enjoyed, and good luck.